Japan, 1945. 8:15 in the morning. A city is waking up like it always does. Streetcars rattle over the tracks. Workers rush toward factories. Kids laugh and race to school. It looks like an ordinary day, and it has less than 1 minute left. High above the clouds, a single bomb glides toward Japan, a metal shape silent falling toward people who don't even know its name. From the streets, no one sees it, no one feels it. Not yet. In seconds, this quiet morning will turn into man-made sunrise. But this bomb wasn't built for them. It was born in fear of a different dictator on the other side of the world. The story of the bomb does not begin in Japan. It begins in the fear of a different dictator. In the late 1930s, as Nazi Germany swallows country after country, a quieter revolution takes place in physics labs. Scientists discover that splitting the atom releases a flood of energy. Refugees who fled Hitler, many of them Jewish physicists, realize what this means. If the Nazis harnessed this energy first, they could build a superweapon unlike anything the world has seen. In 1939, a letter drafted by Leo Szilard and signed by Albert Einstein warns US President Franklin D. Roosevelt of this danger. Under the swastika's shadow, the Manhattan Project is born, a secret effort to build an atomic bomb before Germany does. What begins as a small research program becomes a vast hidden network of laboratories and factories across the United States. Los Alamos designs the weapon. Oak Ridge and Hanford produce the enriched uranium and plutonium it needs. More than 100,000 people work on the project, most never told what they are building. Officially, it is just another war job. In reality, it is a race to build a bomb for Germany before Germany can build one for America. Across the ocean, Nazi Germany also investigates nuclear fission, but its program is hobbled by wrong assumptions, scarce uranium, and a collapsing war economy. By the time American physicists near a working bomb, Hitler's scientists are far behind. In May 1945, Germany surrenders. The original enemy of the Manhattan Project disappears, but the bomb is almost ready, and the war in the Pacific is still raging. July 16th, 1945, before dawn, at a remote site called Trinity, a plutonium device nicknamed the Gadget is raised onto a steel tower. The scientists hope it will work and fear what it will mean if it does. At 5:29 a.m., the desert becomes brighter than the sun. A fireball rises, turning sand into glass and drawing the first mushroom cloud in human history. Later, J. Robert Oppenheimer recalls a line from the Bhagavad Gita. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," and admits that his one regret is that the bomb was not ready in time to use against Nazi Germany. As the Trinity dust settles, President Harry Truman meets Allied leaders at Potsdam, now holding a weapon that can destroy a city with a single bomb. Advisors warn that invading Japan could cost enormous numbers of lives. Blockade and conventional bombing might drag on. A mere demonstration might fail. A target committee selects cities with military value and dense urban areas, Hiroshima among them. On July 25th, the US Air Force receives orders. Once weather allows, drop the new weapon on one of the chosen cities. The bomb built in fear of Hitler is cleared for use, not on Nazi Germany, but on Imperial Japan. On August 6, 1945, a B-29 bomber named Enola Gay takes off from Tinian carrying a uranium bomb called Little Boy toward Hiroshima. At 8:15 a.m., the bomb detonates about 600 meters above the city. In a fraction of a second, the center of Hiroshima is almost erased. Wooden houses ignite, roofs melt, and some people near ground zero leave only pale silhouettes on walls and steps. Tens of thousands die that day. By the end of the year, well over 100,000 people are believed to have been killed by the blast fire, and radiation. 3 days later, on August 9th, a second B-29 named Bockscar carries a plutonium bomb called Fat Man. After clouds hide the primary target, Kokura, the crew turns toward Nagasaki. At 11:02 a.m., the bomb explodes over the Urakami Valley. Around 40,000 people die instantly. By the end of 1945, at least tens of thousands more have been killed by its after effects. 2 Japanese cities are destroyed in 3 days by weapons created from a fear that Germany might strike first. On August 15th, Emperor Hirohito announces Japan's surrender, referring to a new and cruel bomb capable of destroying his nation. On September 2nd, the formal surrender is signed aboard the USS Missouri, and World War II ends. For Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the struggle continues. Survivors, hibakusha, face illness, grief, and stigma for decades. Their bodies and lives marked by the radiation of 1945. After the war, Oppenheimer warns against a nuclear arms race and calls for international control of atomic energy, knowing that other nations will build their own bombs. Within a few years, the Soviet Union tests its first nuclear weapon, and the superpowers begin stockpiling arms far deadlier than those dropped on Japan. The bomb, once built as a desperate shield against Hitler, has opened a permanent door: the possibility of human self-destruction. Today, Hiroshima and Nagasaki are busy, modern cities with trains, offices, and neon lights along their rivers. Yet at their centers stand peace parks and museums filled with twisted beams, burned clothing, and survivors' testimonies. The atomic bomb was born in fear of one man in Berlin. It never fell on Germany. It fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, on civilians who woke up expecting an ordinary day. Since 1945, humanity has lived with this power in its hands, balancing between deterrence and disaster. Hiroshima and Nagasaki are not just history. They are warnings, and they are telling us, never again.